Danganronpa was originally going to be far more brutal than it already is. Today we all know Danganronpa as the goofy little series where a group of students need to squid game each other in order to survive. And if you couldn't tell by now, I really love these games. But the original concept was pretty different from what we got. In the late 2000s, Kazutaka Kodaka wrote a proposal for a new game called Distrust. It was described as a psychopop high school detective mystery, whatever that means. Distrust was planned to be incredibly violent. So violent that even Kodaka himself wanted to scale it back. Distrust's cast of characters was very similar to Danganronpa 1 with a few design differences, especially Monokuma. Yeah, I think I prefer the bear too. From what we know, Leon was always meant to be the first Blackhand, but his victim was actually going to be Kyoko. Imagine the merch sales they would have lost out on. The gameplay was probably the biggest difference in that Distrust didn't really have much. It was a straight visual novel with some minigames and branching paths. This likely inspired parts of the Zero Escape series. Ultimately, they decided to change it up because Distrust wasn't very marketable. A game focused on brutality with a grimy aesthetic would have been lost in a sea of violent VNs and wouldn't even be close to the most disturbing one. So the art style changed to be a lot more colorful and distinct. Red Kool-Aid was swapped with a radioactive pink. The tone became a lot lighter to not just be more entertaining, but also make the violence have more impact. And most importantly, we got the bear. What an icon. Distrust laid the foundations of what Danganronpa eventually became. While I would love to see what the story of Distrust would have been, I'm glad Danganronpa ended up the way it is. Without the success of DR1, we wouldn't have gotten my favorite game of all time. Subscribe for a future analysis of V3, and now you know that